Yeah, we'll just wait for a few more people to come in first and then we'll get cracking. You're live straight, you're live. I changed settings. How do you mean, Crispy? Someone said that the time was scheduled for 6 on theirs, but I scheduled for 7, and it said 7 on mine, so I'm not entirely sure what's gone on there. Did yours say 6 or 7? We're just heading to the beach, I think. We may take a walk. 7. It was a bit blurry, so I whacked it up. Okay, how are we looking now? I figure the beach or into town. I'm not entirely sure which way we're going to walk yet. As you can see, the weather is not great yet again. Right, the beach it is then. Yeah, I think in this weather, the sunset's, it's not going to happen. To see if my brolly keeps up as well. It's a bit windy. What's the weather like in Blackpool? Same as this? I'll slow down as well as we get to the beach. The picture should come out a bit better, I think. Cold and windy. Yeah, same here. Summer is over, eh? I see the lights are still off. The tower's lit back up, but the lights are still off. Have they given out any ideas of when they plan to turn them back on, or? Until Monday and then off for the funeral. Yeah, it seems very strange, doesn't it? We've only ever known, in our lifetime, one monarch. It just seemed very strange. And my partner Spud, he was on about even things like the post boxes. They all have ER on them. So we're wondering whether they're going to have to be changed. There's even things like the stamping on HP sauce and things like that. You know, it says appointed by Her Majesty. Are they going to be changed? Lots of things I think that are going to be coming up over the next few months where we'll see massive changes to little things, you know, not just big things. Right, we're about 10 minutes off the beach. You're a churchgoer and you sang God Save the King today. I was watching, you know, I can't remember what sport it was. It was on in the background, and I heard them singing the national anthem, and you know, now with the new change words, it fits quite well though. I actually thought they were going to change it completely, not just, you know, to God Save the King. I thought they were going to change the whole thing, but right. Whilst we wait for other people to come in, I'll might as well give you the heads up. So next week we have a planned trip. It's confirmed, we've booked it and everything, to Alton Towers. So we're going to film around there on the rides and whatnot, into the gardens, because we've got lovely gardens there, hoping the weather is a bit better. And it's also Oktoberfest there, so be rude not to have a beer. And we also have a local car show and or dependent truck fest in Knutsford. We've been to that before COVID, and it was brilliant. They're all customised up and whatnot. We've also booked a holiday to, now my pronunciation probably isn't going to be the best on this one, Sol in South Spain, to Portaventura theme park and Ferrari Land. So there's going to be more sort of theme park content, which I mean is fitted because most seaside places, and there's a lot of theme parks in the UK that we can visit, and we love them anyway. We were doing that in Florida, so we'll just add that to our list. And then Spud and our son, they're off to Amsterdam in the beginning of December for a few nights. They normally go to Blackpool, but this year my son's he's 20 in January, so we thought we'd just go a bit further afield, so they're going there. And then December, which is my partner's business, tends to go quieter around Christmas because a lot of the parks and things like that he operates on close. So usually around Christmas, but when we go away. Now in the past it's been Florida. There's been quite sharp price hikes in Florida at the minute, and we went to Tenerife earlier on this year. So that's the next planned destination for Christmas, would be Tenerife or the Canaries, somewhere within the Canaries. But we normally wait over Christmas. This time we're thinking we'll be back just beforehand. Maybe, there's my umbrella, visit some family at the same time. So Ferrari Land is nice, and Sol is nice. You will love those parks. Hope they behave in Amsterdam. To be fair, they're good lads. Well, I say that I won't be there, will I? But they're taking the camera, so they'll have to behave themselves for at least while they're filming. But we are big theme park buffs, so regardless of where we go, theme parks will be on the agenda at some point. And then we'll have to start looking into what's planned next year. But obviously, in between each trip, we've got plenty going on over in this country, so we'll fit in as much as we can. Really, it's just nice to get out. Have you got any plans? Right, I'm hoping it doesn't rain anymore, because that is the brolly broke. It's not going to last, so I'll put that away. It's not got even fold right now. Anyone who wants to come in and join the chat, please feel free. Not really there. It's Halloween in Blackpool and fireworks, and then Christmas events. We definitely want to come and see, come to Blackpool round Christmas. We'll be there before then, anyway, way before then. But yeah, Christmas and the lights always feels a bit special. Where are you planning? Anywhere nice? Halloween, we've not quite worked that one out yet. We went to Farmageddon last year. But with it still, they were still under COVID restrictions, so we didn't quite get the experience that a lot of people have been saying about. Oh, a cruise. Very nice. That would literally be something that me and Spud would have to do on our own, because our son can't stand boats. He's scared stiffless. I was hoping to be a bit further on now. That's a touch late. Right, so currently, anyway, we're in Prestatyn. While I'm making my way over, we're in Prestatyn, towards the Frith Beach area, and that's where we're walking up to. Just heading now over the railway bridge. Shortly we'll be walking the coast. It's strange, these lives seem to take a bit to pick up from what I've seen. Just hoping the weather bears out long enough to get anywhere. If you're looking in the background on chat. Do you know, that's a very good idea. I mean, you don't have to get involved. I mean, you can quite happily just watch where we're heading, but it's always good. I'd love to hear where everybody's off to. Any plans, anywhere you'd like us to go? I mean, we're always up for suggestions. We're quite happy going anywhere. But yeah, if there's anywhere anyone wants to see in particular, by all means. Don't know if you can see, we've got a bit of break of cloud there, so with any luck, should be okay for a little bit. Or has anyone visited Prestatyn or North Wales? Let us know where you've been. For those who have just landed, we were just saying plans on where we're heading to go before Christmas. Boys are off to Amsterdam. And we're not far from the beach now. Across this road, well, across the next road and then up and over. Says it in the name, Seabank Drive. Went to Barry Island. By the way, we've got a coast account. Do you know what? We haven't, but we should, because we do a lot. I can rhyme off some of the places we've been. So, this country, Blackpool, obviously, Alton Towers multiple times, real fun fair when it was open, Knightley's, and I think it's a Funland. They're both in Towyn. Then there's a travelling fairs as and when they pop up. I don't know whether you remember Frontierland in Morecambe. That used to be my local. So until that got knocked down, we have been to. I'm trying to think now. If I get more in the background, I'll get more in the background, but don't. Right. So we went to America. So we've done Busch Gardens, and literally every place we go to, we ride every roller coaster. So we've been to Busch Gardens, we have been to Universal, both parks, and SeaWorld. Haven't been to Barry Island yet, though. And we saw Theme Park Worldwide, because we watch his channel. He went there quite recent. My partner's actually, I'm making sure, there we go. My partner's actually got a channel that he's building. He's only just started it. It's more, say, boy-y, male orientated maybe than mine. So it's as we're walking around, I'm picking up. It's mainly obviously the walking and sights to see, but the partners will be like when we go to Alton Towers, he'll have the POVs. I'll have obviously the walking around the park and information on it and whatnot, but he'll have all the POVs on his. He loves arcades. So again, when we're seaside town, anywhere we go, we tend to nip into the arcades and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I'll have to put a link in the description for his later when we come off. By all means, take a look at his. It's a work in progress at the minute. Just didn't want to mix too much content, onto one channel. So what other parks have you visited? You watching him in Crazy Coaster Crazy. I'm on 200 coasters. Wow. Wicker Man. Yeah, I love Wicker Man. Don't do many. I'm not a crazy fan. I love the arcades too. Right. Well, I will definitely put the description for his channel on here later on, because that's more what he is going to be focusing on. More likely to be as well cars, classic cars and stuff like that. So like the other week when I went round the car show, mine was just a general. His kind of zooms in more on each particular car, the ones he likes anyway. 200 is a lot of coasters. We'll have to do a count. Definitely have to do a count. What about the aqua parks? Because we do like the aqua parks as well. Have you been to many of those, or is that not your thing? Because we've heard the sandcastle that's been bought out by Merlin, or Merlin's been brought in. See the sand dunes appearing now. Coaster Crazy, I think, if I'm right, we have come across, if it's the same blogger I'm thinking of, we've come across their channel because we watch, what was it, Baz, Roller Coaster Baz, something like that. He's in Florida, but he's originally from Morecambe, because it turns out, watching one of his videos, he mentioned Coaster Crazy, and he mentioned, I'm going to have to get the names down. It turns out I went to school with a daughter and she's on there, which was quite funny. And they've got their own channel, but it's based in Morecambe. Completely different content though. But yeah, Theme Park Worldwide done well for themselves. Brilliant to be able to turn it into a job, something that you love doing. Here we are, Frisch Beach. 10 minutes, that turned into 20. Here we are. Don't know how clear that is. Such a shame it's not a nicer day. You get some gorgeous views. It's quiet on here. It's quite eerie. Yes, sorry. Yes, but everyone says you can turn YouTube into a good money maker, but only if you get the fan base and unique content and ads. Exactly. I think you've got to put the work into it. Definitely think you've got to put the work into it. It's not, nothing's going to happen overnight. And in all honesty, I mean, if you look at some of the big YouTubers, they're putting out videos. I mean, I'm putting out enough, I suppose, but you know, they're putting out videos on a regular basis. They do a lot of research into where they are and where they're going. So even for someone like Theme Park Worldwide or whatnot, I mean, he's having to invest a lot into it because, I mean, all these events he goes to, they're not free. Fair enough, some of them allow him in, you know, they invite him there and whatnot. But all the same, they're not left with much of a life outside it, so you would need to really enjoy what you do. And just getting subscribers is hard enough, because even if you get the views, I mean, there's one video I've put up. It's when we've had the channel for a long time, but we've not actually done anything productively with it, if that makes sense. Up until we went to Tenerife. I'm trying to think when that was now. Head doesn't work. I think it was the end of May. And from then we've been putting fairly regular content on. But I think it was the first video I put on from the holiday trip, or the second, because we had one at the Manchester airport. The second video, which was a market that we just happened to come across. Because even when we're on holiday, there's no point in us going all inclusive, because we don't stay put. We like to be walking about and doing this sort of thing. You know, that had, I'm trying to think how many views. It's a lot. There's a heck of a lot of views on there right now. But from the thousands and thousands of views it's had 34 subs, I think. So when you're looking in the thousands and thousands, it's not really that many. It's like PT Vlogs and Walk with Tim, both over 3 years, and not even full time, but still get followers and ads. Yeah. I think, to be fair, they started, when you think, at a really good time, which was through COVID, when you couldn't get out. So, you know, there was more people more than likely watching things like that in the beginning, you know, and there's a lot of people starting up. I mean, we've seen, because of the content we stick on, you kind of get directed to the same sort of content. And we see there's people all over the place popping up, doing videos here, there, everywhere. So it's a bit of a scramble, really. And it's coming across the right people who want to watch all your content, or most of it. But yeah, they're both doing really well. And they're doing very similar stuff, but in different ways. So I think you could quite happily watch either of their two streams, videos. But it's the same with Walk on the Wild Side. Anyone watches this back, there's a load of YouTubers I have to go and subscribe to. But it's the same. It's the same with Stephen. He's doing ever so well, and he rarely comes out of Blackpool. His content is pretty. I wouldn't say same, but it's all based in the same place. Right, so we're heading towards Rill. I don't know how clear this is. We've got the windmills there in the background. I mean, on a nice day, you can see right across to Blackpool from our coastline. You can see the tower. At Tower Watch. It's funny because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you can see it from Southport as well. Southport's another place we go to regularly. So out of interest, what brought you to our channel, Crispy? And what keeps you here? I mean, you're not held prisoner, but what keeps you watching the videos? Yes, love South Park, the theme park and pier. Do you ever go down to where the jet stream is, the boats, and there's a little bar down there that's always busy, and the Crazy Coffees are absolutely packed. And they have on the high street it's beyond a second-hand shop. It's like a curious, if I've got that word right, curious shop. We absolutely love it in there. We are going to do a video in there. I mean, literally, don't often buy very much, to be fair, but it's just interesting having a good look round. There's so much stuff there. Imagine we had a nice sunset now. Don't know how clear that is. Can you see the Sky Tower up ahead? It's just lit up in the background. Not entirely sure that's going to pick it up. We have a mix, and I like new starters that focus on parks and fairs and rides and arcades and coasters, and like-minded. Once you'd build, I'd stay. Brilliant. It's always good to know. It's always good to know what people are here for. Well, if anything, it's going to make me fit. A pair of us. Our footstep count will be higher and higher doing every one of these videos. Which is never a bad thing. It's nice to meet people along the way. And then you said if you build your channel and get promotions, more people will come and you will grow. Yeah, definitely. We're not afraid of some hard work. And if hard work means walking around some beautiful places, I mean, hey, that's not the end of the world, is it? There's worse ways to spend your time. And I've actually got to meet some really interesting people along the way. It's funny, you have a camera in your hand and you're filming something, and the amount of questions you get asked. In Llandudno, when we did the Honda Goldwing parade, I met a lady and her daughter all the way from Canada. They literally were stood next to me whilst watching the parade, and had overheard someone ask about my camera, which is only a GoPro and my phone at the minute, and that's what I was doing. And when I said, she'd said, oh, well, do you think I could have a look at your channel? Because my family are obviously back in Canada, and the videos she's taken are too big to send by like multi-messenger. I said, oh, no, not a problem. So I guided her to the channel, and then she brought up, the seals. Someone else told me about the seals, because in Llandudno, there's a place where you can see wild seals. And so I managed to direct her to there. And it was lovely. We found out her daughter was on a gap year. Just generally meeting really nice people along the way. She's now part of the channel and has told me she'll keep me updated with her journey, which is nice. There's been people that have asked from that market one I was on about earlier, all the videos as well, but the people that have asked questions on how to get places from places. And in all honesty, so far I've managed to answer every single question, even if it is with a little help from Google. We've managed to cover and make sure that they've been sorted wherever they are. They've subbed and thanked us for it and whatnot. So it's been great. I think last week, the more we do stuff with it, the more you learn. But I think it was last week we managed to link the Instagram account, which I've been running for a lot longer. It's got some lovely pictures on there. Oh yes, Seal Island, it's nice. I know a person who looks after Puffin Island, protected to many sea life centres. This one we class it as Angel Bay. So I have got a video on there, but in March, it's their mating season. They're there most of the year, but in March it's just chocker. The cove is just chocker with seals, and they're so noisy, and you can see all the pups. It's lovely. And we also haven't got a video on there yet, I don't think. We go up to Anglesey every year, and there's a place called Bull Bay, and you see the dolphins, which is lovely. It's a lot better. You see them out where they should be. It's lovely. We do quite well for nature up here. I've not been to Puffin Island. That is one place that we do want to go. It's starting to get dark now. stay on for the hour, make it to the hour, and then I'll turn back. Not sure we're going to quite get to it. Save that for another day. Do you know of Morecambe at all? Short stay soon, then clocks go back already. Oh, dark nights, brilliant for the illuminations. But crikey, yeah, it makes shorten your day a lot. I mean, we do a lot of night walking. We always have done. My partner's job means that we obviously have more time off in the evening. So in the past we've done like Snowdon in the dark. We've done Llangollen Canal, the aqueduct and things like that. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to pan out on camera. We'll have to wait and see. Even with lights and torches and stuff like that, but it's a different world at night, different feeling. Yeah, it is. Andy goes crazy. Yeah, I thought it was. Well, his sister Tina, she does a vlogging channel as well. And Eric Morgan. Right, okay. Right, so imagine, I will do a video there, but imagine Blackpool and size it down. So a lot of our rides that used to be on our fairground were donated from Blackpool. I say donated, I think they were bought, but they used to come from there. We also used to have illuminations. We used to have a light and water festival. We do I think this still happens, the Mods and the Rocker weekends. Bradford Nurses, and I can't think what the other one was. You get the scooter rallies. You get, there used to be a marine land with a dolphin. That got, Rocky the Dolphin, he got set free after campaigning and whatnot, but they were there for years. We used to have a big indoor swimming complex. Fortunately, a lot of it's got taken away. We had the Polo Tower, and anyone that tends to have heard of that, so it's like the Sky Tower, so it's illuminated tower with an observatory at the top. I think that came from Blackpool. That one year got covered in ladybirds. I don't know why, but it covered the whole thing with ladybirds. And they also used to have like chairlifts across the prom and donkeys. It was literally a mini Blackpool. It was great. And then we had a Winter Gardens as well. So we will be doing a video there. My mum and dad still live there, so. And there is a arcade with lots of vintage slot machines that my partner loves. Anyone feel free to drop a comment of what you're up to, where you like visiting, where you'd like us to visit. Currently walking the Frith Beach in Prestatyn. Plans of Amsterdam, the boys that is, Seoul. I'm visiting Portaventura and Ferrariland. Back to Tenerife at Christmas, or the Canaries. Got car shows, truck shows. Generally walking the seafronts. And anywhere in between. Always nice to hear from anyone watching. starting to get dark now. You see, I don't know how clear it is. You've got Lions Robin Hood, Caravan Park. So actually, when I say we're in Prestatyn, we're not. We're now actually, we've crossed the border. We are in Rhyl. So I think we will walk as far as Splash Point within the hour. See, Blackpool has caravans. I don't think they're quite as big on caravans around as it is around North Wales. I have noticed. How's the picture holding up? Imagine that with the sunset now. Lovely. Too much cloud though. That's the thing. How does it sound? I know it's quite windy here. Is that affecting the mic much? Skeg Vegas, yeah. Yeah, it's on 720. I think you can pay and have it up to 1080, but I think that's as far as it goes. So I think that might be something we're going to have to plan in. Yeah, Skeggy. Everywhere cheesy. Proper family holiday places. British family holiday places. Sally with another golf course. One thing I've got to say I love about Wales, it does not matter where you look or where you are, you seem to be surrounded by mountains. So in the background there, if the cloud isn't too bad, that would be Llandudno. Obviously you've got the sea. On a good day you see over to Blackpool and onto the Wirral. And then behind all these lights here, I don't know how easy that it's not very clear, I don't think, but you've got mountain range the whole way down. Some of the places my partner works, some of the drives are just, they're absolutely, I haven't actually got a word from it, gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. I mean, I know a few of the parks that he's worked on. He's travelling down to Snowdonia way. Oh, and it's just breathtaking. It's beautiful. Maybe I should have gone to the main road. A bit more going on. But hey ho. went to New Brighton last week as well. So there's a video due to come up from there. It wasn't the nicest weather. They had all stalls at the front. They've got a lot of arcades there. Quite nice there. You can get the ferry across into Liverpool. Yeah, I do agree. Other than the sunshine, that is one thing we're missing a bit. But even on weather like this, you can appreciate it. We just like exploring different things, seeing different things wherever we are. We're not ones for sat on your tush. Don't think we're going to quite make it to the end in the next 10 minutes, but never mind. Save that for another video on a nicer day, maybe. Because we've walked out an hour, we've got an hour to walk back. Again, real golf course. It's quite big. It's very flat though. It's not very challenging, I wouldn't have thought. If you're into your golf. Do you know what? It's not actually that cold. It's windy. It's dull. It's not actually that cold. Oh yeah, reviews. Well, this is it. We've got. I think it is. We've got Pontins, which is literally rather down, and we've seen a lot of videos done from there. And it's very tempting to do, but like you said, I just don't want to be copying other people. This is the biggest thing, is making it your own. Not too generic like a lot of people. So I think we've seen a lot done there. Unfortunately, with me having OCD, then again, maybe the reviews would be different, because I find lots of stuff that normal people don't find. But yeah, we were thinking, because we travel out, we do stay in hotels and whatnot, caravan parks. We literally, my partner's business works on a lot of the caravan parks around here, loads of them. We're pass holders for the Haven caravan parks, which means we've got access to get on to any Haven park in the UK. So yeah, we know we've already done Hafenamore, and we've done Prestatyn, which takes us down the road. We were actually thinking of coming up to do the Blackpool one, because I have not been there for a long time. I remember staying in Windy Harbour with my mum and dad and the family years ago in a tourer. But I mean, this was, I'm talking 30 years ago. Easy. It was probably longer, but the park's still there. I know in Thornton, I love the windmill. Things like that.
We're trying to keep. Maybe that's what we could do. Now, I know a lot of the Pontins are very negative. The Pontins reviews are very negative, and we're trying to keep everything quite feel good. Because I mean, let's face it, not everybody can afford to go, you know, and pay a lot of money to go off anywhere else. Some people are just stuck with places like Pontins and whatnot. And as much as they have got wrong, people keep going, so there must be something right with them. It's just finding that thing. So maybe that's where we come in it. And there is a local town called Belgrano. It's just outside Abergele, and the buildings there look like you literally on a hot sunny day you think you're in Spain. The buildings are built like that. So it'd be quite good to have a visit, have a walk around there, and you know, see things like that. Because I know there's a lady, she does hers as an Airbnb. So, hi agent, you okay? Bit gloomy here. You been up to much? But yeah, I think hotels review may definitely be the way to go, because like I say, travelling further out, we can't keep coming back. You know, if we're not making it in a day. The glorious sea defences, how pretty they are. Oh, covers the beach. As soon as it is there. Yeah, do you know what? We bought a new barbecue, off subject altogether. We bought a new barbecue about 2 weeks ago, and couldn't get a gas bottle. Anyway, managed to sort it all out. Lit it and it threw it down, and it's thrown it down ever since. So we finally got to use it yesterday. Oh, and I think this is a sign of things to come. So how have we spent our weekends this weekend? Have we done anything nice? Right, I think I'm going to take a turn down here, or I'm going to have to do the whole thing backwards. Well, we got one yesterday. I mean, it was quick. It was fire it up, get everything cooked, have something to eat, get everything back in and cover it back up, just in case. But it's there now, so. Right, so we're heading back into the residential area off the beach. That sounds like a very relaxing Sunday. We were out cutting the lawn before it rained again, cutting the lawns. No. Had to go in it. Did you know? Oh, I've read that wrong. Lamb roast. I was actually automatically thinking that you'd been to a Toby Carvery or something like that. I never even thought, cook it yourself. Hey, there we go. I wasn't wrong even with the destination. Everything's dear at the minute. Sometimes it's mad, isn't it? It works cheaper. It works out cheaper to go out and eat it. It might be mine. So we've left the promenade now, so it says full, but we're in a bit more of a built-up area. We'll be heading back towards Prestatyn. Further out we go, the further we've got to go back, so. I forget, turkey is an all-round bird, not just for Christmas. You don't see it in the shops, though. Not really. We're just saying, Agent. So, planned, we have Alton Towers next week. We have a trip to Seoul in South Spain. So we're going to Portaventura and Ferrari Land. Then the boys are going to Amsterdam at the beginning of December. And then we've got a family vacation, which will be Tenerife or round the Canaries. We haven't got that one booked yet. And I think we're actually doing another, is it Man United versus the Sheriffs? Oh, and here comes the rain. Let's hope this does not get too strong because my brolly broke. See if I can fix it. Do apologise for this. It's completely inside out. How does it even do that? Right, no. Right, guys. I'm going to have to literally... Oktoberfest. Ah, beer. Right, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to call this a night. My brolly is completely inside out. And it is literally teaming it down yet again. Carry on the comments if you want, and I'll pick them up. I'll pick them up when I'm back. Take care. Nice to speak to you all. Speak soon. Cheers, Crispy. Cheers, Agent. See you both soon. Night.